Hi, so in this video, I thought I would look at some memes about language learning because language learning is something that I enjoy. So I thought it would be kind of fun to look at some memes about it. And so in this video, I'm going to look at some language learning memes on German and then in some in Swedish. And yeah, hopefully it will be kind of fun and interesting. Okay, so I think I want to start. Okay. Okay, so this is the first one with German. So there's this sentence with wenn fliegen hinter fliegen nach, and that's yeah, it's kind of funny. It's kind of like wordplay, and yeah, well then there's this one, and again this is that kind of joke where supposedly German words are they sound kind of long and yeah, it's just that kind of joke. So there's this with all these languages, it's in English it's Heliport, and in all these other languages it's similar, and then in German it's Hubschrauber Landeplatz. So that's kind of funny, and yeah, again in this one's kind of the opposite of it. So where in all these other languages it's all these longer words. In English, it's kind of shorter with often, and then in German, it's just oft. So yeah, this one is kind of funny too. And again, this is the one with in English it's surprise, and these other languages it's similar words, and then in German it's just überraschung. So I think there needs to be an H in there in the überraschung. And yeah, well, this is kind of the opposite of it. So in Swedish, it's överraskning, and in all these other languages it's similar. And in German, it's überraschung. And this time, English is the one that it's surprise. So yeah, this is kind of funny too, kind of the opposite of the previous one. And yeah, this one is just what is this? Was ist das? War detta? And this time in French is qu'est-ce que c'est? Qu'est-ce que c'est? Is that how you pronounce it? Yeah. And yeah, this one, DIFFERENZE linguistische. And again, it's imagination in all these other languages. And in German, it's vorstellungskraft. So yeah, that's kind of funny too. It's I don't know. I guess some people say that with all these with all those meme faces, it sounds kind of angry. I don't think it sounds that angry. I guess that's just the joke. But yeah, to me, it doesn't really sound that angry. Or yeah. Again, with this one, science, Scienza, and then in German it's naturwissenschaften. So yeah. It's kind of a funny meme again with this petali, petals, and Blütenblättern. So yeah, and again this is kind of the opposite of that meme. So in all these other languages it's these angry faces, and then in German it's just that funny face saying in all these other languages it's immediately, and in German it's just sofort. So yeah, this one's pretty funny too. And yeah, this is the one with articles. This is something that you kind of have to learn while learning German from English. So in English it's the tree, the bottle, the car, and in German it's der Baum, die Flasche, das Auto. So yeah, it's the articles with this one. And again with this one, in English it's just you. But in German it's du, dich, dir, sie, ihnen, ihr, euch, and yeah. So yeah, again it's something that you have to learn while learning German. And yeah, wow, this is a long word. So let's see if I can pronounce this. Genehmigungszuständigkeitsübertragungsverordnung. Wow, I don't know what that means, but it's a pretty long word. I don't know, is it normally used in, like, what does it mean? Is it used often? And again with it's sinusitis, and in all these other languages it's similar. And in German it's Nasennebenhöhlenentzündung. So yeah, pretty long word again. And again, this is like the opposite of all this. So it's all these angry faces in English. It's magnifying glass and Verstoringungsglas, and in German it's just Lupe. So this one's pretty funny too. And yeah, again, Differenze linguistische. So it's penna, pen, and in German it's like angry face with kugelschreiber. So I guess you just call it Kuli, but I think that's what it's just called Kuli. But yeah, again, it all depends on how you pronounce it. If you're going to be like kugelschreiber, so well then it's going to sound angry. But you could just that's just a joke, I guess. And yeah, this one's pretty funny. So Falda, skirt, and in German this time it's Rock. And yeah, with this one it's potions and all these. And I think that's Dutch with Tauer, Dranken. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. And in German it's Zaubertränken. So yeah, I don't know. It's just that face is a bit too exaggerated. And yeah, with this one it's speed and beschleunigen. Yeah, again, it's that. And yeah, it's farfalla, butterfly, papillon, mariposa, and schmetterling. Again, it all depends on how you pronounce it. Like I could pronounce it in a nice way, like schmetterling, and it would sound nice. And I could say butterfly, and it would sound kind of angry. So it all kind of, I guess it depends on the intonation and how you say it. But yeah, it's pretty funny to call it schmetterling. Yeah, and yeah, this one's pretty simple. It's just color in all these languages, and in German it's Farbe. So yeah, and yeah, okay. This is another thing with the numbers. So what in English is considered a billion, what in German is it's different numbers. So what in I think what in English, don't quote me on this, but I think what in English is considered a billion in in certain other number systems it's considered I think it's considered a million. And what in English is considered a million, it is in these other systems considered a milliard. I think I don't quote me on that, but I think that it's something like that. Yeah, I think probably that's what it is. And yeah, with now it's the Swedish one, and this one's pretty funny too. In Swedish, semester is equals to, in English it's vacation, and it's all these other fun words. So hot is threat, bra is good, bara bra, yeah. And I don't know how to pronounce this properly. I've kind of forgotten. But so for the Swedish word for village is, I guess you pronounce it like de. Is that how you pronounce it? I'm not sure. Yeah. And then it's all these other words, and gift, it's married, and I love how 6 is literally sex. that's pretty funny. And yeah, and there's in Swedish, puss is in English kiss. In Swedish, kiss is in English p, and slu in Swedish is end in slu in Swedish is end in English. Yeah. Wow, did I get that right? Did I mix it up? And yeah, this is another one, with Batman and all these other languages, and in Swedish it's Ledarlappen. So yeah, I guess we would just call it Batman in Swedish too, but I guess this must have been like, one of these other ones where it was called by a different name. And yeah, again, this is another one. I guess some of these are common with the previous one. So it's yeah, it's good equals bra, 6 equals sex, yeah, and equals slu, and yeah, and married equals gift. So yeah, it's pretty funny. And yeah, I guess those are just a few memes that I want to look for, yeah, that I wanted to see. I thought it was kind of funny, so I like went online and quickly found a bunch of memes to like talk about. And yeah, so yes, again with Swedish, I haven't, I don't know it that much, but yeah, I remember when I was learning about the numbers and the number seven. I thought it was pretty interesting the way you pronounce it in Swedish. You call it, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce it correctly. You pronounce it like two. So yeah, that's the number seven. Two. Yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting to get to pronounce that. So yeah, that was pretty funny. And this is another meme with again about language learning where you are you're learning and you're writing something in a foreign language, and yeah, you do it without Google Translate, and it feels like quite an achievement. And yeah, it's pretty funny too. So yeah, I guess that's kind of it. So I just wanted to make a quick video, to have some fun with, language learning memes. And yeah, I thought it was pretty. I think learning languages, it's a pretty rewarding and interesting experience. And yeah, I loved learning about Swedish and German, and I think it's just a really interesting experience. So yeah, I guess that's kind of it. So tack så mycket for watching, I guess, and yeah, bye, and yeah, auf Wiedersehen.